Well, Rhoda and viewers, we are coming to you live from Omoro District Headquarters, actually also where the tally center has been erected. As you can see behind me is the tent that is put by the Electoral Commission, where the tallying shall be done at the end of the day. It is true, from the several polling stations that we visited this morning and this afternoon, we have experienced that people are really there is very, very low turnout at the polling stations. Some of the voters whom we spoke to, others we found in the garden trying to tilt their land, said there has been no rain for some time. So in the last 2 days, actually it rained, and they want to take advantage of the rain which has just occurred. And they are saying they have preferred to prioritize actually going to their gardens first, then later on they can go to the polling stations like at about midday around this time and then cast their votes. Some of the polling stations we visited, others we went there at exactly noon, and only about 78 voters had cast their votes, and it is really very, very low, rather. Casted their votes. We had Andrew Jokolanya, who casted his votes at exactly 10 a.m. from Ajuri Primary School. We also had the NUPS candidate, that is Simon Toaleta-Kecha, who casted his votes around midday from Temiyembe polling station there, deck. And earlier in the morning, we spoke to FDC President Patrick Muriato Boy, who also told us that he alleged some of their very, very good mobilizers were yesterday also arrested, about 15 of them. But when we talked to the police spokesperson for Asua River Region, that is David Ongom, he confirmed that some people were arrested, but it wasn't deliberate. They were not targeting anybody. They had received intelligence that some people were really planning to disrupt peace during this election process. So they went randomly and picked them. And they said security is on top of their game. They are ready to ensure that there is a peaceful process of election here in Omoro. What we can also say is that we have seen a number of cars actually from all over the country for the election buses from Omoro, from Lira, from all parts of regions, and they are here. And I think that is the reason as to why election materials actually reach all the voting centers as early as possible. What we have seen is only that the voters, they are the ones who delayed going to the voting centers, but the election materials, they all reach on time, rather.
Now, Eddie, we are having reports that the FDC candidate has not casted cast his vote as yet. What do you know about that?
Yeah, it is true that the FDC's candidate, that is Justin Odong, hasn't cast his vote simply because he is not an eligible voter of this constituency. What is very interesting about it is that Justin Odong actually came like a dangerous substitute at the last minute during the nomination time. As you all know, the first choice candidate that was supposed to represent FDC in this election was actually Dick Dennis Owani, who was alleged to have been abducted on the day of his nomination, and all his academic papers were confiscated, and so he couldn't be registered at that time. He couldn't be nominated at that time by the Independent Electoral Commission. So FDC then brought in Justin Odong, who is also the chairperson FDC for Omoro District. But Omoro District has two counties. There is Omoro County, and then there is also Tochi County. So Justin Odong is from Tochi County, but he's representing people of Omoro County. So he's not eligible to vote, but the law allows him to contest and represent the people of Omoro County, but he cannot vote. So that is what is happening, rather.
All right, Eddie. Now, generally, is there a sense of a peaceful by-election in Omoro?
Yes, moving around, we have seen a very peaceful process of election, and then there is also very heavy deployment of security here. And when we spoke to the Aswa River police spokesperson, that is David Ongomudong, he said they're on top of the game. They are very ready. They have all the manpower and everything on ground to ensure that actually the people of Omoro are able to decide for who becomes their leader very, very peaceful, very peacefully. And they are very committed to that. And then we have seen the security forces, they are patrolling around. We have seen security on pickups. We have seen security moving around on motorbikes, and all roads, major roads leading into Omoro district as we talk right now, they all have roadblocks where when you're moving, even as we were stopped on the way, and they have to check actually who you are and then your intention, why are you coming and what sort of person you are, so that at least you don't come and cause chaos or disrupt peace in Omoro County.
Now, Eddy, we've heard of reports by the NUP that there have been vote rigging. Has that been addressed? Has that issue been talked about by the Electoral Commission?
Yeah, there are two issues actually being raised, one by the NUP candidate, that is Simon Akecha Tolit. After casting his votes, he told us that he found some people. According to him, there was a pickup for Molatar district, a pickup that is belonging to the RDC of Molatar district. But his allegation we cannot confirm, or we can also not verify, because it is what was coming from him, that he got them somewhere in the bush and then he did not know their intention. According to him, looks like they were geared towards trying to rig elections, but even him, when we asked him, he couldn't give us evidence. He could not also confirm it, but that is the allegation that he has also told us as media.
Thank you very much, Eddy. We'll get back to you as we update the nation about this by-election. Now, moving on, Ministry of Education and Sports is drafting a strategic plan that will address the menstrual hygiene and sanitation challenges in schools. This is as Uganda prepares to mark the